Hey everyone, welcome to this Friday's tutorial. Today we are going to be working with the I Love My Cat collection from Echo Park. We also have the coordinating cardstock and the coordinating die cuts. Okay, so we are making cutting guide F today. So we need 5 sheets of cardstock. There are 6 sheets that come in the coordinating solids pack. And so we're gonna need 5 out of the 6 sheets. We need 3 different colors. So 2 of one color, 2 of another color, and then 1 of our final color. I'm not really gonna pick my cardstock yet. I think we have a wide range of colors to work with, and I'm gonna pick my colors after we pick our pattern paper. So it includes the 12 by 12 sticker sheet along with 12 pattern papers in the collection kit, and there are 2 of each page, and they are all double-sided. So this makes it perfect to do double page layouts because then you can get matching backgrounds for the left side of your page spread and then the right side of your page spread. Okay, so now for picking our papers, we need 3 accent papers and 4 background papers. So for these 4x6 journaling cards, I had no intention of using them because I really do like the background on them. But the 3x4 journaling cards, I do want to save at least one of those sheets to use on the pages as embellishments potentially later on. So we're going to go ahead and eliminate that first off. And I'm going to flip these over here. I really like this yellow based background. I think all the other papers stand out on it nicely, and it's a nice neutral background. Now I'm just kind of flipping over every second paper so that we see the back side of every different design as well. And the next one that stands out to me is the striped paper. You know I love this as an accent paper. We need 3 accent papers, so that's going to be one of them. And then I really like these paw prints with this kind of neutral colored background. So we're going to go ahead and use those for our final set of background pages. I really don't like those circles with the dark blue background, and I'm kind of just looking through what we have left here. I mean, ideally, I didn't like this paper either. I just didn't like the patterning. Ideally, I mean, I wouldn't love to use a directional paper as an accent paper. It makes it a little bit harder to cut up. But because the backside is that green fish one, I'm going to go ahead and use that as an accent paper just because I could use the backside if I don't like the other side. And then for my final accent paper, I really do like that writing, that cap, the paper with the text and the words on it. So when I'm picking out all of my papers here, I really do like the neutral color, that gray color, and then I wanted to incorporate that green color with the orange color as well. And what's nice is that like this green color here, I wasn't 100% sure about it, but I do like that the back side of it is yellow. So I could choose to flip that paper over if I have to. And then for that final paper there, that orange paper, that I wanted it to just be a more subtle accent. So I chose that as my cardstock that I only have 1 sheet of. And remember, for your cardstock, that orange piece of cardstock, we're not going to be cutting a 10 by 10 inch square out of it. We have cutting diagrams in my tutorial videos, and I just kind of want to let you know how to read them. So there's the number in top in inches, and that's going to be the size that we're going to cut that cut piece into. And there's a number below it in a circle. So a lot of the times we're making 4 pages or 6 pages when we're using these cutting diagrams, and all these cut pieces can sort of get very disorganized. So that number inside of the circle there represents a pile that you're going to put that cut piece into. So for a 4-page tutorial, we're going to make 4 piles, and for a 6-page tutorial, we're going to make 6 piles. So the numbers are going to be either 1 through 4 or 1 through 6. So page 1 is going to have all the cut pieces that have a circle with the number 1 inside, and so on for the 4 or 6 pages. Now we are going to take 4 out of the 5 pieces of our cardstock, and we are going to cut 1 inch in, 1 inch from the top, and 1 inch from the bottom. and we're going to make a straight line on all 4 sides of each of these pieces of cardstock. What we're basically doing is cutting a 10 by 10 inch square out of the center of this piece of cardstock. The border is going to be put into our pile, and the center, the 10 by 10 inch center, is going to be put to the side, and we're going to be cutting it with another cutting diagram as soon as we're done cutting out all of these squares. Okay, so for our background papers, we are going to be cutting off 0.25 inches on one side and 0.5 inches off on the other side. The reason why we're offsetting it is because we want the insides of our double layouts to be touching the edges so that they look like they're connected. When your paper goes through the cutter in the same direction that it would be on your layout, that's the side that you want to cut 0.25 inches off on. So when your page is sideways through the cutter, you actually want to cut 0.5 inches off on that side. Okay. As you can see here, we had a little bit of a pleasant distraction this morning. My son's super happy. It's his first baby of 2020. And it happened to be a beautiful day outside, so that's even better. So I noticed in cutting guide F on page, I think it's 16, at the end of the cutting guide where the layouts are, that there was an error in the photo mats in the picture. So where it says 4x4 photo in the upper left corner of the screen here, that should actually say 3x3 photo, just like I'm putting on my page here in person. And then that 3x4 photo mat should say 3x5 photo. So for those that have purchased cutting guide F previous to this video, I'm going to resend a download link for the correction, and for anyone purchasing the cutting guide F and after this video was aired, the correct version will already be there. So just to note that correction. Okay, so today is going to be a couple just really quick pages. I'm not putting a lot of time into these pages because, I mean, these are just kind of random. These are going to be just kind of random pictures. So what I'm doing is there's 4 pages total. I have one double layout here. This is going to be more like outdoor cats for us. So the outdoor cats have kitties in the springtime. And all of our outdoor cats are gray. So I decided to take all the stickers from the sticker sheet that were in reference to like gray cats, and I love this little titling that says the dog did it, because the dog lives outside most of the time as well. And I just feel like it really suits the environment outside and some of the mischief they get into out there. And so yeah, the pictures for this layout are going to be springtime pictures, cats having their kitties, and just the kids holding the cats and playing with them, and them kind of just on the fence, or just candid pictures of random moments of the cats. Okay, so our basically what I did is I took foam squares or foam tape and I just popped everything up. I popped everything except where it says My Tribe Has Paws. That is tucked in behind that 3x5 photo area. Also at the top where it says A Cat's Life, that's popped up, and then the die cut piece that says Eat, Sleep, and Play, that is tucked in behind that 4x6 photo area, along with that Life is Better with Cats scalped piece that is behind that gray cat in front of the 4x6 photo. And then I just finished off the layout with these little paw prints, and I did pop a few of them up, but not all of them, just to kind of tie everything together. Okay, and then our next set of double layouts is going to be with my daughter's cat inside the house. So that's the one you guys see on camera, and he's an orange tabby cat. He was rescued. Well, I guess not really rescued. He was from the animal shelter, and he actually is kind of a stinker. Like, he's when we got him from the animal shelter, we went there because my daughter's cat had passed away, and he was in a cage with like a glass front on it, and he wasn't allowed to be out if any other cats were out. And they told us like it's probably not a good idea to adopt him because he's very aggressive and he bites people and he doesn't get along well with other animals. He's very, very aggressive natured. And so I tried and tell my daughter, like there's other animals here that want to get adopted too. And she kept going back to this orange cat, and despite them telling us that we shouldn't take him because he wasn't going to be good for a family with kids and he wasn't going to do well because he was so aggressive, my daughter said, Mom, like, I really want him, because if we don't take him, nobody's going to take him. And she just felt like, even though there was kittens and really cute cats, and he wasn't really that cute one, he was kind of like the trouble of the group. She said, if we don't take him, nobody will, and this is his only chance to get out of here. And so, I mean, it was pretty hard as a parent to argue with, you know, your daughter's rationale and wanting to do the best thing for this sort of troublemaker cat. So I agreed to it, and I said, you know what, we'll give it a try. And we got him home, and he was so aggressive. He would bite our legs, he would hiss at us, but you know, it took him probably almost 6 months, but he kind of settled in, and now he's super playful, and he still has like an aggressive nature to him. And if he does happen to run outside, like, he does run after the cats and try and attack them. But I mean, for the most part though, like, he has settled into our life really well. He's the only cat inside the house. The dog comes in once in a while, but the dog is like this big Great Pyrenees dog, so there's not a lot of damage that the cat could do to him anyways. But yeah, that's the story of of Chubbs, which is the cat you guys see on camera, and this page is going to be dedicated to him and all the pictures we take with him. So thank you guys so much for watching this week's tutorial, and we will see you next Friday with another video. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great weekend.